Next question. Would you support any increase in the city's sales tax? Padilla?
Generally, no, but in extreme circumstances, I have.
Mr. Smith?
No.
Ms. Aguilar?
No.
Ms. Salas?
The decision's not ours to make. That's a decision that's strictly up to the voters.
Mr. Rendon?
No, only the voters would raise sales tax, and you would have to ask them.
Next question. Do you support the reinstatement of the tourism marketing district? Mr. Rendon?
Absolutely. It was a crying shame that the tourism marketing district wasn't given a fair opportunity to succeed. By reestablishing the TMD and working with local businesses on the bayfront, we will be able to enhance attractions in Chula Vista, which will generate additional revenue for the city of Chula Vista. This is important. The other cities all have TMDs. This is something that needs to get done.
Ms. Salas?
I think we do need a TMD, a tourism and marketing district. We did a survey of the hotel owners that were part of it in the first place. And one of the things that they did not want to see is they did not want to see the chamber running it again, because the chamber may have had good intentions with that, but the hotel owners do not feel that they got the benefit for the money that they were paying into it.
Ms. Aguilar?
It's up to the businesses that participate in the district. If the businesses want to have it, if they feel it benefits them, they should have it. If not, we shouldn't.
Mr. Smith?
As a member of the board of directors of the Gaslamp Quarter Association, the TOT worked great down there. TMD will work great here. It's absolutely necessary for marketing. Let's do it.
Mr. Padilla?
I think a TMD could serve a great value to our community in marketing, but I think it's going to require some leadership to bring the hotelier together, the hotel owners with the chamber, with others together, to make sure that there's a coalition built around it, and that we break down the barriers of distrust and misunderstanding that led to the demise of it in the first place.
Okay, Mr. Padilla again. Do you support paying prevailing wages for city and private development projects that uses city funds?
If using public funds, absolutely, because part of that is a way to guarantee local hires and get local Chula Vistans to work.
Mr. Smith?
No, the market dictates wages, which fluctuate with the economy. And Chula Vista will rise to the occasion. They will get those jobs because we want them here.
Ms. Aguilar?
If public funds are involved, public money is used, we should be paid prevailing wage.
Ms. Salas?
Yes, and that is a requirement of state and federal law. But the other thing that I want to talk about is that the discussion may be moot, because what we know is in the building trades there's an extreme shortage of workers, and that shortage of workforce is going to continue for at least 10 years out. That is the information I've gotten from the Association of General Contractors. So the market will prevail, and I have a prediction that what will happen is that that the normal market rate will rise way above the prevailing wage, and so it'll be like a discussion that we don't even have to have.
Mr. Rendon?
Chula Vista is a charter city, and as such only requires prevailing wages on projects that use state and federal funds. Recently passed SB 7 forces the city to pay prevailing wages on all city projects, or else forfeit their share of state and federal funding. This is a violation of core municipal affairs and value, and as your mayor, this puts the city at risk of losing $6 to $10 million for public works. As I said, I will work with the California League of Cities to find a solution. Thank you.
Will you actively work with the Chargers to explore the possibility of building a stadium in the city of Chula Vista, Mr. Rendon?
Yes, but not at taxpayers' expense and not on the bayfront. Let's see what the NFL in San Diego accomplishes.
Ms. Salas?
No, because the Chargers are quite simply not interested in Chula Vista, and there should never be an expenditure of our tax dollars to subsidize a money-making NFL team.
Ms. Aguilar?
So as long as you've got the words in here, explore the possibility. I'm always willing to work with anyone to explore possibilities. But it would have to be shown to me that there'd be no cost to the taxpayers.
Mr. Smith?
I love the Chargers, everybody, but No, there's better options for the chargers. I don't want to concentrate on, I want to concentrate on elevating the middle class of Chula Vista. The Spanos family is doing just fine. Don't lose sleep over the Spanos family. They're going to do great.
Mr. Padilla?
As mayor, I worked very closely with the charters to explore options in Chula Vista a number of years ago. They're going to do just fine in San Diego. I don't think it needs to be a priority for Chula Vista.
Will you actively work to locate another major hospital in the area, Mr. Padilla?
I think the big deficit for the service area in South Bay is trauma. And I would work with the systems that are in the region to provide opportunities to expand their services and shift their costs and provide some trauma services here in South Bay because we don't have them.
Mr. Smith?
I agree. Many of you may not know, but the closest trauma center is the UCSD hospital in Hillcrest. It's a long ways away. Look, we're the second largest city in San Diego County. Again, we've got a big population here. We need a trauma center down here.
Ms. Aguilar?
I agree. Healthcare is going to be one of the fields of expansion in the future. Not only should we have it, we need it.
Ms. Ellis?
Absolutely, yes. We have a tremendous need for new hospitals here in the South Bay, and our hospitals are over census. Another thing that we should be thinking about, though, is exploring creating a hospital district, much like the Gross Mountain Hospital District or Palomar, and that way we can be assured of looking for different sources of funding so that we can get a hospital built.
Mr. Raymond?
When I was on the council, one of the most controversial votes that we took at that time was to expand Scripps Hospital. I'm very proud of my vote because that allowed a second major hospital here in Chula Vista. We need flourishing hospitals now, and I will continue to work on the council to enhance medical facilities in Chula Vista, not only for the Chula Vista Medical Plaza, Scripps, Sharp, Kaiser, but family health and senior living centers as well. And as mayor, I will do everything to offer reliable health care in Chula Vista. I'm very proud that Scripps has placed Project Dulce in Chula Vista, the only effort to assist type 1 diabetics outside of the city of San Diego.
Mr. Rendon, what specifically will you do to attract the university in the city?
As most of you know, next year, Chula Vista should have approximately 375 acres acquired, which will be for the sole purpose of establishing an institution of higher learning. This is, as a lifelong educator, this is one of my highest priorities. And we have to look at all possibilities of developing partnerships with another established university in San Diego County and consider cross-border opportunities. As I said earlier this evening, my father was the founder of Southwestern College, and we shared the vision of creating a university of the future. And what's really different of the university of the future and what I see that will happen in Southeast Chula Vista as we establish a new institution of higher learning is that you will have an institution that's completely different. You will not have an institution of walls. You will have where housing.
Mr. Rendon, I'm sorry. I appreciate your answer, but we want to, I see a line forming for the audience member. I want to accommodate them.
Okay.
Ms. Ellis?
Yes, I support the
Yes,
University of the Future.
Since 2002, actually, Jerry and I were co-chairs of the Blue Ribbon University Task Force. So both of us have been working on this for a long time, probably in a more direct manner, more recently myself. And we do have the property secured for the university. We have a master planner in place for the university. We're making progress on it. We do have to look at all different kinds of models. And we have a tremendous opportunity to get a public university here. But that is not to the exclusion of partnerships with other private universities or even universities in Mexico, like the University of Monterrey.
Thank you, Ms. Aguilar.
We need to do two things. First of all, we need to build bridges between the city and the existing local institutions in the area to make sure that they are on board with us. And secondly, we need to work very closely with our state legislature and the governor's office to make sure that it's done.
Mr. Smith?
Absolutely. We got to assemble the properties. We've talked about that. We need a zone for technology. We need to build this technology hub. We need to make this town attractive for a university to come in. It's absolutely something that we can do. It's a very dynamic area. We've got in Baja, Most of the medical instruments that are made in North America are made in Baja. Most of your pacemakers in all the hospitals, Baja. There's all this manufacturing going on that will be coming through the Otay Mesa 905 to the 125. I think that this is a dynamic area for technology, for clean assembly, for a university polytech style, as Ms. Aguilar said.
Mr. Padilla.
Assembling the land isn't enough. Building a university is not for us to do. It's for the people who, around the world and the nation, build institutions of higher learning. We have to be a partner and a facilitator for that. We need to get the people around the table together who build institutions of higher learning, who understand what the market is and what the opportunities for different curriculum are, and to build, invite our local institutions of higher learning, public and private, to the table, perhaps even ones in Mexico. But we need to take advantage of all our assets as a binational area, and we need to not just assemble the land, but we need to get people who know how to build an institution of learning at the table. That's